Hello, welcome back to BG Pythons. My name's Ben and today's video is just to take you through some new Vivs that I finally got. I ordered them back the beginning of May and it took a little bit longer than the 8 to 10 weeks lead time that I was expecting, but there are various reasons for that. I thought I'd just introduce you very quickly to one of the new additions I've got to the collection. This is Yara, and Yara is a Madagascar tree boa. This is the eastern Madagascar tree boa, and they are also known as the green Madagascar tree boas. Absolutely stunning. I will be doing a bit of a video on these guys. I've been gradually letting them settle in, and they are doing absolutely brilliantly. Big shout out to James Lister. Thanks so much, mate. You knew that I really wanted a pair of these, so I'm very happy to take these off your hands. So let us jump into the new Vivs. So as you can see behind me, I've got my two new IMCages in place. Now these are 5 foot, so 1500 mil by 600 deep, and they are 70 or 700 mil high, and that top bit is a hidden like a stacker, so I've got the heating and lighting all sitting in behind, all accessed from behind as well. So if I just show you through this bit of video where you can see the cages came really well wrapped and tight, so there's no damage on them. I was really pleased with that. They have this this force sealing, so you've got this mesh which I can then put the Hecker warm plate, which I'm in my previous video I talked about, along with the UV and what I think are absolute fantastic lights, which are these true chroma lights. They're spot LEDs, and they've got the UVA output, which a lot of these lights do not have, and it makes it so the animals can sort of see in the true sort of spectrum that they would be looking through. I've got to say, I think my Boas pythons are absolutely loving it. I mean, they're spending a lot of time basking under it, so it's definitely doing something. So watch this space on that. True Chroma by Faunalux. They are quite expensive, so hopefully they will last, but you can see come in quite a nice box. This is the 35 watt version, which is their highest version that they do, but I'm giving these a bit of a whirl, see how we get on with them. But back to the Vivs. So a bit about the cost of these. So there are alternatives in the UK if you want to get PVC Vivariums. I've used most. I've got my polypropylene Vivs from Viper Viv. I have a couple of products from Herp Exotic, including hatchling rack. I haven't tried Viperia, but one of the key differences between the Viperia Vivs and the Herp Exotic Vivs with IMCages is there's no visible screws or anything. Everything's kind of welded together, and I really like this on the edges. It's nice, no screws or no construction needed, no sealant and that type of thing. So they are perfect for if you need to give these a proper pressure wash. That's why I've always quite liked them. They do a really good range of what I'd say not out of the box, but sort of standard Vivariums, which are often already ready to go. They do white, black, and this grey. The grey won't be everybody's cup of tea. I really wanted to try it because I was finding the white is a little bit too glary, and the black shows every sort of mark when you're spraying and everything. So I've sort of wanted to try this out. One of the reasons I've gone for the force sealing is I got really fed up of crawling in underside of the Vivs and having to screw into the tops of the Vivs. It's so much easier for maintenance. I did have the choice of whether or not I wanted to access from the front, like some of those custom habitat enclosures that you get in the US, where they've got the sliding bits at the front. I did have the option to do that, but I decided just to be able to access from the back, and it's just an open access. The two things that I'm probably not, they're not game changers, but the bottom Viv, the glass was very difficult to get in. It's tempered glass, thankfully, because it's nice and strong, but it was really, really difficult to get one of the panes into the rails, and the other one was really easy. And it's not because there's the top Viv's weighing it down, because as you can see, I've put it onto a sort of shelving system, so they're actually not putting any weight on, though they are completely designed to go on top of each other, because they're really quite strong. The other bit is, compared to my IMCages I got with where it's like the racking type system that has the mesh, these ones I've found to be a bit flex, the mesh being quite sort of bouncy. There's a bit of sagging when the products are on top, only slightly, but as you can see, it's a little bit annoying compared to what I had before, where it's really nice and tight, and so there's no sort of give, but I can kind of live with that. I'm going to see how they go. I do really like these products. They're built for life. I've got Ned, my green tree python, in one of the smaller standard arboreal setups. They're really, really good. Now, I know what you're thinking, but you've got these from, by the way, IMCages are based in Poland, so crikey, you're getting something all of that way. I would say, from a price perspective, these custom built for me were £535 each. So it's basically a 5 foot vivarium by 2 foot deep, and which is, if you compared with Viperia, if I was doing various bits, pretty much thereabouts, probably on the price range. The sort of killer is the transporting over to the UK. I can handle the lead time because I was told it was going to be 8 to 10 weeks, but effectively it was £400 to get the two Vivs delivered from Poland. I did get a message from saying that they were being held at customs as well, so there's a little bit of paperwork to do. To be honest with you, I panicked a little bit on that because I think, oh, what a ball ache. But actually it was pretty painless, and I think I only paid £15, and the Vivs were released, and then they were delivered by pallet, as you can see. So all in all, pretty good. And I think the snakes, I got the two smaller bolins in there, and they're really, really enjoying having the space and just trying it all out. So it is fair to say they are a little bit more expensive because of that, because you're adding on that extra bit of shipping. The other probably downside is, would be, what if there was a problem? Because it's not easy just to get these back and get them dropped back off at Poland. I think it's kind of a bit of a risk that you would take with most products. So far so good though with these. I'm really quite happy with them. They can do a whole range of custom sort of designs, which I really, really liked, and I think the finish and the quality is really, really top notch. There are a few things I probably would do slightly differently if I was to reorder now, but I'm actually pleased. I've got what I asked for, so can't be, got to be happy with that, haven't I? So brilliant. Well, I'd be really interested to know what your thoughts are. Please mention a comment before. I think it's been really good. I've liked hearing what people are saying and learning and getting all of that sort of stuff from other people. Don't forget to subscribe, select that bell button. There's quite a lot of people who watch the videos and don't subscribe. I know you don't have to, but it doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps with the channel and gives me a bit of an impetus to sort of do a few more. I've got a fantastic trip coming up, which I'm going to sort of document, where I'm going to be going to the one of the American shows, Tinley in Chicago. Always wanted to been on my bucket list to go. So I'm really, really excited to go and see and meet some of the people that I've spoken to over the years. Literally, I think it is one of the biggest shows in the States. So I'm really looking forward to seeing a bit more diversity than we would get in sort of the IHS show in the UK. So don't forget, remember, subscribe, hit the bell button, look out for that video when it comes. Cheers.